Oh my god. I remember how fucking frustrating it was to learn this particular trick. It has been requested to me by the Instagram user 632Joel, and you should definitely check his channel out. He's a juggler from Sweden who's making rapid progress, so definitely watch out for him in the future. But now let's talk about this trick. And 97536 is one of the tricks that I was the most frustrated with from all of the tricks. It took me weeks, I think 1.5 months maybe, to get to 100 catches with it. And these weeks were one of the most soul-crushing events of my life. Because the thing about this trick that makes it so damn difficult is the little 3 at the bottom. Due to the tower nature of this trick, I can't just throw everything as high as it needs to be so that I'm actually able to see the 3. Because I'm not precise enough to do that. So that's why I needed to make the 3 as low as possible, but barely high enough that I could still see it with my eyes at the bottom. But I couldn't actually focus on it, so I had to kind of do it blindly almost. Because the 975 and 6 part at the top required my undivided attention basically. And I had so many runs where the pattern was going fine and I was getting good rounds with it, but then I just missed catching the 3 because I just didn't see it. And other times the pattern just collapsed on me because I wanted to make the 3 a little bit higher, but that messed up the spacing so that I wasn't able to keep the pattern up for longer. And that all made this trick one of the hardest that I ever had to learn. And another thing that also added to the difficulty is that the 3 doesn't just stay a 3. If it did, like in 783 for example, it would have been a lot more easy to run for me, since I could just find a spacing for the 3 where I could feel comfortable with. But since the 3 turns to a 7 and the 7 into a 3, I needed to give a lot of attention to the 7-3 part in order to space them properly. And that was incredibly hard to do. Because for it to work, I wanted to have the 7 and 3 separated as much as possible. But at the same time, the more I separate the 7 from the 3, the higher I also need to throw the 9. And the higher I throw the 9, the more trouble I'm going to have to keep it precise enough to be able to catch it. And these details all added to this trick being one of the toughest. It's not quite as hard as A7445, but it's a bit harder than 783 in my books. So it's probably in the top 5 of the hardest 6-bar tricks I've learned. Not quite top 3 level, but very, very, very hard. But at the very least, due to its tower structure, it looks kinda pretty. So that's that, I guess. Never going to run this pattern again, that's for sure. Anyways, I hope you enjoy watching this little rant about this nifty little trick. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Have a good day.